Today we're going to discuss a serious topic that affects many of us: how to deal with disrespect in relationships. This can be emotionally challenging, but we're here to share some practical tips. Have you ever felt belittled by someone important in your life? If so, know that you're not alone. However, it's important to emphasize that this isn't the end of the world. In this video, we'll explore ways to preserve your self-esteem and dignity even when facing disrespect from others. Stay with us because the suggestions we're going to present may be exactly what you need to strengthen yourself emotionally and cultivate more positive relationships. Let's get started. First step: rediscover your own value. It's common among many men to place women at the center of their lives, relegating themselves to the role of mere spectators who, regardless of what happens, will always be present applauding. Cases of complicated relationships are common, where men feel trapped, unable to break free, seeing the woman as the sole protagonist of their lives. This grants her the freedom to belittle the man, knowing that he will remain there, constantly admiring her. To overcome a woman's disrespect, the first step for the man is not to make her the epicenter of his universe. Elevating a woman to a pedestal gives her excessive control over your happiness. This happens because, implicitly, you are handing over to her the control over your emotional well-being. You become dependent on her actions and expectations, which is not beneficial for either of you. By removing her from this pedestal, you regain control over your own happiness. You begin to value yourself more and realize that your existence goes beyond the presence or absence of this woman in your life. This doesn't mean treating her with disdain, but rather considering her as an equal, unable to completely affect your emotional balance. In this way, you adopt a more balanced posture regarding the relationship. If she treats you inappropriately, you don't passively accept it. You establish appropriate boundaries and don't allow her to belittle you. This not only makes her reflect on her behavior, but also reaffirms your dignity and self-esteem. By taking the woman out of the central focus of your life, you start prioritizing yourself without being egocentric. This attitude is crucial for developing healthy and harmonious relationships. Therefore, never forget to reclaim your own value and not accept being relegated to a secondary position. Second step: gain a new perspective. Encountering a woman who seems to dislike you can be challenging, but the solution to not feeling affected is to better understand the whole situation. Allowing your emotions to take control can make it easy to become upset with negative thoughts and feelings, making it difficult to ignore what she says or does. Therefore, it's crucial to take a step back and look at the situation in a new light. Recognize that being in a bond with someone who constantly belittles you is not beneficial for your life. Ignoring her is not just a tactic, but a way to preserve your dignity and self-esteem when it's clear that this person doesn't respect you as they should. Sometimes, certain negative behaviors from women can hurt you and impose barriers to healthy relationships. Disrespect, lack of consideration, and even betrayal are behaviors that can emotionally harm you and complicate relationships in the future. Therefore, it's vital to deepen your understanding of the female mindset and identify those who may not have positive intentions. Third step: self-worth prevails over disdain. When some men face a woman's disdain, their reactions vary. Some adopt a victim mentality, while others harbor deep resentment, seeking ways to retaliate. However, a worrying trend emerges. Many of these men end up falling again into the traps of the woman who belittled them, becoming vulnerable once more. One might think that men who have experienced disdain would not be easily deceived again by adopting the same behavior. However, when a man shows excessive weakness and frustration, seeking revenge and demeaning himself, this could be just a facade. In reality, he remains susceptible to the charms of the woman, and she perceives this. Therefore, it's crucial not to allow disdain to dictate your identity, to the point of starting to belittle the woman as a form of retaliation. Instead, when facing this situation, choose to ignore it, not as revenge, but as a way to preserve your own integrity and increase your own value. By choosing to ignore her to focus on your own growth and well-being, you adopt a position of self-sufficiency and self-valuation. Your silence is not motivated by revenge, but by the need to protect your dignity. You understand that maintaining composure in the face of disdain reflects inner strength and emotional resilience. Remember that it's not about playing power games with the woman, but about a commitment to yourself. By doing this, you establish healthy boundaries and regain confidence in your ability to build healthy relationships in the future. Fourth step: the importance of self-exploration. In situations where a man constantly feels belittled by a woman in a relationship, there's a risk of losing sight of his own identity and value. This common trap can result in a cycle of self-loathing and confusion. To avoid falling into this pattern, it's vital to embark on a journey of self-exploration. Start by asking deep questions about who you are, what your values are, your goals and passions in life. Reconnecting with your interests and personal goals can contribute to restoring your self-confidence. By better understanding yourself, it becomes harder for someone to belittle you as you become firm in your self-esteem. Additionally, by focusing on your personal growth, you naturally attract people who share your values and respect your authenticity. Remember that ultimately, what matters most is how you perceive and value yourself. The disdain of a single person should not determine your self-image. Therefore, invest in discovering who you are and becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and overcoming disdain in relationships. If this content has been helpful and motivating for you, don't forget to click the like button and share it with friends who may benefit from this message. And if you're not already part of our community, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. By clicking the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell, you'll receive regular updates with tips and ideas for building healthy relationships and valuing yourself. Remember, the power of transformation is in your hands. Keep on the path of self-discovery and empowerment. Thank you for being part of our community. Until next time.